Staffing is the problem at the Hampshire County Jail. And clearly the numbers of staffing and the staffing shortages are consistently a problem. And yes, they are a problem throughout the state. However, they are particularly a problem at the Hampshire County Jail. And overwhelmingly, what we hear is that this staff is overworked, specifically the security staff, who are forced into mandatory overtime because that's part of their contract. They don't have a choice. If someone calls out sick, they are held over, and they must, by the terms of their contract, fulfill that mandatory overtime. That's a fast recipe for burnout in a hurry. And when someone can't put in for getting their child's birthday off 2 months in advance and they have no choice except to call out sick, that's a quick way to really bring the morale of the facility down and down and down. And it's not just the security staff that's pretty unhappy, but it's other staff as well that feel like they're not heard, they're not included. They're not considered when it comes to major decisions that are made at the highest levels of administration within the facility. And the lack of general vision, the lack of leadership, the lack of mission has really been a problem since this particular administration. And many people will tell you that there was simply not a clear direction as to where this administration wanted to go. So we agree that staffing is the problem. And I would agree with another challenger here, Ms. Cepeda, when she says we need to work smarter and not harder, right? There are ways to reward employees that don't come down to money. This isn't just about money. People want to be heard. People want to be seen. People want to be spoken to and communicated with. And they want their ideas taken seriously. And when it comes to front lines work, when the average officer is never considered in terms of his or her ideas, and those ideas are never brought to serious consideration, then there's not much reason to want to keep showing up when you feel like you're saying the same things over and over again and they're never being heard. You're never seeing the results of your efforts. So we agree that staffing is the problem. So how do we fix that? We do need to recruit differently. We need to think differently about who our officers can be. And that's really where the key staffing shortage is, because the other staffing shortages, it's also very, very difficult in nursing, in medical. It's difficult to find qualified and licensed counselors who can do the work that we're looking to have them do as well. But we need to find other ways. Technology is definitely a way that we can meet many of these challenges. One approach with regard to counseling and therapy is telehealth. And if we have the technology, and with regard to education, we can certainly use virtual and online classes to meet many, many needs. So we've learned a lot with COVID. And in fact, there have been a number of different silver linings with COVID. And when we speak to different folks who've been in custody at different times, they'll tell us that the tablets or an online program made the difference for them in their recovery or in their education. So we do agree that staffing is the issue. We might have some disagreement on how to address it.